The song Rooster by Alice in Chains is deeply personal, rooted in the experience of the band's guitarist, Jerry Cantrell, and his father, Jerry Cantrell Sr., who served in the Vietnam War. Rooster was his father's nickname during his service, symbolizing resilience and toughness, fitting the song's themes perfectly. The lyrics vividly convey the intense emotions his father faced as a soldier: fear, isolation, and estrangement, emotions that haunted many soldiers in the jungles of Vietnam. The line, "They spit on me in my homeland," highlights the bitterness of returning soldiers who were often met with hostility and distrust in the United States due to the unpopularity of the war. Vietnam veterans frequently encountered disdain rather than the hero's welcome received by soldiers from previous conflicts, further deepening the trauma and alienation they already bore. Cantrell wrote the song as an attempt to connect with and understand his father's inner world, a world changed forever by war. He wanted to capture through music the painful experiences his father may never have been able to put into words. The topic of war was rarely discussed within his family because of its emotional toll, so Rooster became an act of reconciliation and acknowledgement. In creating the song, Cantrell gained insight into what his father went through, which helped him mend their strained relationship, scarred by his father's post-war struggles. The song's musical structure amplifies its meaning. Layne Staley's powerful, evocative vocals capture the tension described in the lyrics, immersing listeners in an atmosphere thick with fear, almost as if they're placed in the harrowing scenes of the battlefield. The tempo shifts and intense instrumentation highlight moments of terror and defiance, inviting listeners to experience the emotional highs and lows of a veteran's reality. Rooster became an anthem not only for Cantrell's father, but for all who have endured war, resonating far beyond one personal story. It offered solace to many veterans and their families, affirming their sacrifices and struggles. Vietnam veterans and others found their own experiences mirrored in the song's raw depiction, while civilians gained a powerful glimpse into the unseen scars carried by those who served. Alice in Chains is a band with a distinctive sound and a fascinating history, emerging as a defining force in the grunge and alternative rock scenes of the early 90s. Though often grouped with other Seattle bands like Nirvana and Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains has always stood out for their unique fusion of heavy metal, hard rock, and darkly introspective lyrics. Their haunting harmonies and emotionally intense themes around addiction, isolation, and inner turmoil gave them a sound that was both haunting and heavy, resonating deeply with audiences. Here are some interesting aspects about the band. 1. The band's dark sound and harmonies. Unlike many of their contemporaries, Alice in Chains heavily incorporated dark harmonies and layered vocals, creating an unsettling but beautiful sound. Lead singer Layne Staley and guitarist Jerry Cantrell often harmonized in a way that was almost mournful, which added to the emotional weight of their music. This harmony-driven approach became a hallmark of the band's sound. 2. Lyrics rooted in personal struggles. Much of the band's material delved into themes of addiction and personal demons, particularly due to Staley's own battles with heroin. Songs like Junkhead, Angry Chair, and Down in a Hole were raw reflections of the pain and darkness that addiction brought into Staley's life. Unfortunately, Staley's struggles with substance abuse eventually led to his tragic death in 2002. 3. Iconic Unplugged performance. Alice in Chains' 1996 MTV Unplugged performance is considered one of the most memorable in the series. It was the band's first show in 2.5 years due to Staley's health issues, and he appeared visibly frail but delivered an unforgettable performance. The Unplugged setting brought out a raw, emotional quality in songs like Nutshell and Down in a Hole, giving fans a rare glimpse of the band's vulnerability. 4. Layne Staley and Jerry Cantrell's relationship. The bond between Staley and Cantrell was central to the band's chemistry. Cantrell wrote many of the band's songs and acted as a grounding influence, while Staley's tortured vocals and lyrics brought an authenticity to the music that struck a chord with fans. Cantrell was deeply affected by Staley's struggles and death, and the band's music after Staley's passing often reflects the impact of their friendship. 5. Reunion with William Duvall. After Staley's death, the band took a hiatus, but in 2006, they reunited with singer William Duvall. Duvall brought his own vocal style while honoring the spirit of Staley's work, and the band continued to release albums with critical acclaim. Black Gives Way to Blue 2009 was the first album with Duvall and featured a tribute to Staley with Elton John on piano. 6. The Man in the Box and early success. Their breakthrough hit Man in the Box from their debut album, Facelift 1990, helped launch them into the spotlight. The song's heavy, grinding riff and Staley's intense vocals were unlike anything on mainstream rock radio at the time, capturing listeners' attention. Facelift was the first album from the Seattle grunge scene to go gold, paving the way for other bands in the genre. 7. Their legacy in grunge and metal. While Alice in Chains is often associated with grunge, they leaned heavily into metal, which gave them a broader appeal. Their albums Dirt and Alice in Chains, also known as the Tripod album, are often cited as some of the best works in alternative metal, influencing numerous bands in both grunge and metal genres. 8. The band's symbolism and dark aesthetic. Alice in Chains' album covers, lyrics, and visuals often incorporated dark and surreal imagery, reflecting themes of despair, decay, and existential angst. The Dirt album cover, for example, featured a woman half buried in the desert, symbolizing both addiction and death, a grim foreshadowing of the real struggles within the band. 9. Songwriting process and Cantrell's influence. Jerry Cantrell has been the primary songwriter for Alice in Chains, with his guitar playing and songwriting shaping much of the band's direction. Cantrell's personal experiences, including the impact of his father's military service and his own personal struggles, greatly influenced their sound and lyrics, particularly in songs like Rooster and Wood. Alice in Chains has left a lasting impact on rock music, with a legacy built on their willingness to explore life's darker sides. Their music continues to resonate with audiences, drawing new fans who connect with the raw honesty and powerful sound that define their work. Lyrics. Ain't found a way to kill me yet. Eyes burn with stinging sweat. Seems every path leads me to nowhere. Wife and kids, household pet. Army green was no safe bet. The bullets scream to me from somewhere. Yeah, they come to snuff the rooster. Yeah, here come the rooster. Yeah, you know he ain't gonna die. No, 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 you know he ain't gonna die. Here they come to snuff the rooster. Yeah. Yeah, here come the rooster. Yeah, you know he ain't gonna die. No, 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 you know he ain't gonna die. Here they come to snuff the rooster. Yeah, here come the rooster. Yeah, you know he ain't gonna die. No, 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 you know he ain't gonna die. Walking tall machine gun man. They spit on me in my homeland. Gloria sent me pictures of my boy. Got my pills, gainst mosquito death. My buddy's breath in his dying breath. Oh, God, please won't you help me make it through? Yeah, they come to snuff the rooster. Yeah, here come the rooster. Yeah. You know he ain't gonna die. No, no, you know he ain't gonna die.